as it
A
were.
wonderful taste. Oh, yeah, you get addicted to them. Can't stop eating them.
I've seen them in stores, and I enjoyed them very much. This is hard to find, though.
The big thing is the hull does scrape the colon wall and clean the digestive tract. It's quite an amazing thing, and it's one of the only nuts that you could actually eat the outer shell. I don't know of another nut where you could eat the outer shell where it's beneficial to the human body.
No, that's true. I think
it's quite amazing.
I think you should call them berries. I like that better.
Yeah, I got to tell you something. We just put up the animal hemp oil and the animal seed on the site last night.
Oh, for dogs and cats?
Yes, we got it in, and we're starting to sell it. And the funny thing is a guy from Canada had bought some oil for his dog last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he told me a story 2 days ago. He said, I got to tell you, I put a tablespoon of oil in the dog food and stirred it up the first day.
Mm-hmm.
The dog ate it. The second day he did the same thing. The third day he put another tablespoon in. The fourth day he said, I'm not going to put it in just to see what the dog does. Well, the dog went over to the dish, put his nose over there, turned to the owner, and started barking. And the dog never barks. He swore to me that dog doesn't bark. And he was overwhelmed that dog was literally asking for the hemp oil in his food.
He wasn't barking. He was talking.
He was talking, yeah. I just thought that was so incredible that I just wanted to share that with you.
It's good.
So we have horses on it now, and we have cats and dogs and little animals. They love the hemp seeds. Birds sing 30 to 40% more if they start eating hemp seeds.
You know, I've owned over the years I've had pet stores in years gone by and spent most of my time trying to educate and teach pet owners how to take really good care of their pets. And we didn't have a product like this at the time. And unfortunately, most pet owners feed their animals pure trash, too much meat. The meat protein is not necessary, especially the way the beef is raised now. And any of the chicken, it doesn't matter. Is this considered the hemp protein? Is it considered a whole protein? Now, in most of the vegetable world, you have to combine brown rice protein and green pea protein to get a full total protein.
This is a total protein. And by the way, of the 50% protein, 65% of the 50% protein is edestin, globulin, which is almost identical to human blood. So you can imagine how nutritious
this plant is incredible.
Nutritious it is for building proteins from amino acids. I mean, it's just overwhelming.
Wow. What an amazing
Yeah, it's
plant.
almost identical to human blood. So it's an outstanding food. I mean, I can't say enough. As a storable, as an everyday staple in our diet, it can do nothing but wonderful things for the human body.
All right, let's say now for our listeners, make it real simple. They buy some powder, they buy some hemp berries or seeds. They buy some, change it to berry. I like
powder,
that berry.
seeds, and oil, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Powder, berries, and oil. Humor
No,
me.
seed.
No, humor me.
Okay. Humor you, huh?
Berry. I like berries better. It's kind of cute. Hemp berries, you see? All right, anyway. Powder, seeds, and oil. All right, so what do? I make a smoothie every day. The trucks have stopped running. The end of the world is, you never know, a week, a month, a year away. We're on our food storage. How do I do it? I put in water, if I have any fruit around, I can throw that in there. I put in a couple of tablespoons of powder, a tablespoon or two of the hemp seed oil, and purified filtered water, and whatever else I want to put in it.
Exactly. And I'm going to tell you something. You will see a big difference in your appetite. You will literally get more muscle bound, and you will lose the fat because it just works on the metabolism.
Well, I don't want to get any more muscle bound. I wouldn't be able to walk through doorways, you see.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm saying it'll bring the muscle up.
It's called muscle tone. You get
you get nice muscle tone. You really do, and you actually see muscle that you haven't seen. And I get very excited about it because I do about 3 smoothies a day, and I sometimes feel like lifting up my car. So
well, if you do, make sure the video camcorder is running, and if you do that. Man picks up car on hemp. All right.
Yes. Yes.
What are tocopherols? Tell our people what they are.
Tocopherols.
Antioxidant factors with tocopherols and so forth.
Well,
you got chlorophyll, You got all these things in there.
Oh, my God. It's loaded with everything. We can get into all the names. I think that's kind of boring, but they can go to the website and read all about what's in it. But I'll tell you one thing. It's got more in it, and they're finding every day more nutrients that they don't even know exist in this seed and plant, period. Huh. It's just absolutely amazing. So the food itself will rejuvenate the body. It will start literally working on the brain because, see, a lot of people, their brains are not functioning.
Oh, really?
We're not getting the essential fatty acids we need to even think properly.
I hadn't noticed.
So this will put you on another consciousness level.
No, our poor young people are so nutritionally deprived. I don't know how they think. I don't know how they think at all.
It's a high-frequency food, Jeff. Very high frequency.
That's a very good way to put it. All right.
Oh, it really is. It's the closest food to God if you read some of the books. It is the closest food to God. It's a very high vibrational level.
All right. Hemp, seed, and feed now available for small animals, too. Click on that at hempusa.org. Take a look. That's very interesting. You've got a parrot in there, a green-winged macaw. You have, what are you feeding the macaws and the parrot family?
Well, the parrot, they just love the seeds, and they start to talk more when you feed them hemp seed.
Yeah, well, I've seen hemp seed in bird seed for years, but most bird seed is just crap. It's loaded with just the fatty safflower seeds. Those white seeds are awful. Sunflower seeds are like a drug for them. And all right, back in just a minute with Tom James. Okay, and we're back talking to Tom James. HempUSA.org. This plant from the heavens is now available to us in highly edible, delicious forms, which we can use all the time. Hemp coffee, what's that all about?
Well, we actually get our bean from Guatemala. It's a nice, mild bean. It's like medium to light roast. And then it is mixed and ground together with 25% hemp toasted seed.
Ah.
Absolutely delicious. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a coffee drinker. I mean, I sell a lot of coffee, and a lot of people like it. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I actually like and enjoy drinking this coffee, and it makes you want another cup and then another cup, and it doesn't make you jittery. It just makes you very aware. And I just like the taste very much.
Interesting.
And I'm not, as I said, I'm not a coffee drinker. And
so it's 75% seed, 25% hemp?
That's correct. 25%
coffee bean, I mean?
Hemp. Yeah, 25% hemp. The rest is 75% Guatemala bean. And you know what I wanted to bring up? This is an incredible anti-inflammatory food, Jeff.
All right. Well, everybody walking and talking basically is suffering from inflammatory disorders.
Absolutely, and that's why people are having heart attacks, and they don't know why because they've never had heart problems before. It's inflammation that's causing heart attacks in the 40s and 50s of men and women in this country.
Huh.
And it's in the hundreds of thousands. So inflammation can independently hurt and destroy the arterial walls and the heart and the valves. So what this food does is it brings everything down. It's an anti-inflammatory food. I've had a lot of women email me and call me and tell me that around their period time they're in pain. Some of them stay in bed for 2-3 days. They start on a hemp in about a week, and they feel 90% better because it actually stops the inflammation.
Well.
That's because you're feeding the body the essential fatty acids it needs. It needs to clean the arterial walls, dilate the blood flow, get that blood moving again. And that's what this food does, Jeff.
Wow. Any resistance here? You have to educate people, I guess, but that would be your biggest job.
Yeah. No, but there's all studies in Chicago, like the Cleveland Clinic researchers studied and explained heart attacks frequently occur to people due to inflammation.
Right.
Everybody thinks it's, the clogging of the arterial wall, but it's really the inflammation that goes through with the white blood cells. And you can bring that all down to normal and have a normal lifestyle if you just get the right food in your body.
Right.
People need the right food.
Is there, and I'm not saying there's even a need for it, but they have all these TVP products out there,